When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Let's meet the seniors. First off, for the cheerleaders, we have Raven Earl, who is being escorted by mother Lynette Earl, sister Rashay Earl, sisters Gabrielle Holloway, brother Ricky Earl, cousins Tansy Hildreth, and Anita Walton. Next up from the volleyball team, Idea Swigert, being escorted by mother Erica, grandmother Sherry, sisters Kalia, next up from the volleyball team, Aaliyah Thomas, being escorted by father Jason Thomas and mother Tanika Thomas. Next up from the girls soccer team, Nia Smith, being escorted by mother Nicole Perez, dad Omar Smith, sisters Naisha Smith, and brother Amar Smith. Now let's meet the senior football team for this evening, as they are making their way to their families. All right, now let's meet the senior football team. We have Dylan Blakely, being escorted by mother Marta De Leon. Next up, we have Savon Chavis, being escorted by father Carlos Chavis Sr. and mother Kibi Smith. Next up, we have Jalen Cheers. Jalen is being escorted by mother Joanna Harold, grandmother Joanne, father Dennis, brothers DJ and Darian, sisters Imoni and girlfriend Jasmine. The next senior, Tavion Black, being escorted by Mrs. Davis and Mrs. Patterson. The next senior, Colin Thomas, being escorted by mother Nellie Thomas, father Chris Bean, grandmother Kathy Thomas, grandfather Chris Thomas. Next up, Anthony Harley, being escorted by father Anthony Harley Sr., mother Marie Harley, brother Tyree Harley, next up for the Titans is senior Michael Smith, being escorted by father Michael Smith, mother Amanda Colson, aunt Ashley Colson, sister Jules Clayton, and brother Jace. Next up, Tyshawn Lighty, being escorted by mother Mary Howard, father Taiwan Lighty Sr., brother Taiwan Lighty Jr., sisters Tiana Lighty, and girlfriend Elizabeth Husky. The next senior is Jordan Jackson, being escorted by mother Janice Jackson, godmother Jasky Lewis, aunt Valerie Church, cousin Shantae Clark and Sierra Clark, and brother Tato Wilson. Next up, Dalen Dower, being escorted by Mother Michelle, Father Antonio Dower, brothers Davion, Dante, Dylan, and Damar, as well as sisters Damoni, Denisha, and Demaya, along with girlfriend Aaliyah Emmons. Santino Torres, who is being escorted by Mother Diana Berry, Uncle Richard Berry, sisters Diana Torres, and girlfriend Jaden Martinez. Next up for your Titans football team, Jason Brown, who's being escorted by Father Jason Brown, Mother Lena Sanchez, and sisters Cheyenne and Aria. Next up, Isaac Samara, being escorted by Mother Marissa Samara. Next up is Jaden Tucker, being escorted by Mother Nicole Lance, Father Jason Lance, Grandfather George Mateus, Grandmother Karen Mateus, niece Isabel Wiley, Brother Caleb Hammonds, and girlfriend Haley Poland. For the trainers, we have Tatiana Marrero, being escorted by parents Mike and Amy Marrero, grandparents Manuel and Nelly Rodriguez, and friends Mia Hilco, Lex Garcia, Janisa Martinez, and sister Ileana. Also for the football team, we have senior Latrell Charlton, who is being escorted by Andrea Kelly and Coach Matt Killian, and Savon Chavis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the class of 2020 and your senior Lorain High Titans.
I started mentoring my mentee Dantre 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it, always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important, and anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. A beautiful October night for football. Fall's in the air. Jay Ferguson, Tom Bauer here with you to bring the game tonight. The final home game of the season for the Lorain Titans as they host the Maple Heights Mustangs. And it's must-win time for Lorain, Tom, if they want any chance at the conference.
I think what they're looking for is if they can beat Maple, and it'll be a tough one because they're the same type of teams. They're going to score a lot and let Maple upset Cleveland Heights at the end of the season.
That's game
and
10
Lorain
for
will
them.
still be in the running for the conference title.
Titans come in 3-4 off a big win last week at a real overmatched Warrensville Heights team. Quite honestly, it was 34-0, and the second half seemed like it took about 8 minutes to play as the running clock was there. This will be much more of a challenge. Maple Heights comes in with a high, potent offense led by freshman quarterback DeJuan King, who just last week 5 touchdown passes against Shaw. Devontae Jackson is going to kick for Lorain. Now for the Titans, they've got their burners on the outside. Dalen Dower will be on this end of the line. And on the far end of the line, you'll see Tyshawn Lighty.
Yeah.
So,
well, I remember, was it 2 years ago or last year when they were practiced all the different types of onside kicks. So they still have the speed and hands people over there to do the same thing.
Well, this is kickoff man number 3. As last week we had Osiah Jenkins, and beginning of the year we had Mark Rodriguez. Maple Heights with double deeps back at the 10. Can't get the numbers as they're turned. Looks like Bryshon Haskin, number 8, might be the one on the near side. You can see all the rest of the numbers. Jackson will kick from south to north.
Well,
there's the whistle and the approach. That's not an onside kick. Oh, off Dower, and it bounces downfield. Skidding. Oh.
That was a nice onside kick. It was a high lobbing kick.
And Dalen actually had a chance to catch it out of the air, and it bounced off of him and turns into great job for the Titans coverage unit as it's downed at the 23. So it didn't turn out the way it was designed, but you couldn't ask for more, as they just don't have anybody with a leg long enough to get it that far without giving up a return. I'm sure if they score, we're going to see a variety of onside kicks tonight. Now, there's some question as to what's what.
Yeah,
Mustangs are coached by Shaq Washington, who played 4 years at the University of Cincinnati after leading the Mustangs as a quarterback to their only state championship.
Yeah, and I didn't know this. I looked on the thing. They were second in the state the year before that with Shaq as a junior.
Yes. And number 4, DeJuan King, freshman quarterback. He's listed at 5'6" and 155 pounds. I have lunches bigger than that.
Yeah. You see, they brought the ball all the way back up to the 38. They must have got it where
we touched it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. So Washington will put it in play from the 37. Snap is back. He's going to throw right away. Out pattern complete to Allen. Allen's out to the 50, first down. And you can see all about what he's about. That was the ball was launched before the cut, and the timing was beautiful.
Now, you mentioned Washington had gone to Cincinnati. He still was one of their best receivers historically. Yeah. I think with their passing game, you're not going to be able to give this.
There's the give up the middle is good for about 3. Marquise Lane, number 6.
With this passing attack, they're going to take what you give them.
Right.
And if you give them the 10-yard cushion, they're going to take that like they took that little out and hope they can break a tackle or two.
They've got 2 receivers to each side, and what's happened is with Dower up on the line at linebacker, now Manning backs out, so they've got that kind of cushion again. Now Dower comes back to take it away. Another pass to Allen. It's going to be good for a first down inside the 40 at the 39. Javon Manning and Chavis on the tackle.
And Javon got up limping a little bit. But you can see they're trying to disguise that cushion by hard-nosing during the read time.
Tracy Williams and Colin Thomas are the defensive ends. Dylan Blakely, 14, is over the ball. Smith and Charlton are the middle backers. There's the bubble over the head of number 5, Corey Brown, and incomplete. First miss for King. Outside linebackers, 11, Dalen Dower, 33, Jalen Cheers. Javon Manning and Devontae Jackson are the corners, and Tyshawn Lighty and Savon Chavis are the safeties. 2nd and 10. Once again, King has 2 receivers to each side. A lot of cushion on the far side. There's the bubble again. And
dropped.
Again, incomplete.
Yeah. That pass is a little bit forward, so it's just incomplete. If that was 2 or 3 yards deeper, that would actually be a fumble.
Yep. So we'll go 3rd and 10. Maple Heights comes in 6-1 on the year. Their only loss in the second game of the season, 38-34 to Willoughby South.
Yeah, I think they're ranked up there in the playoffs pretty high also.
Yes. Pass is caught past the sticks and out of bounds inside the 30. Found a hole in the zone. And, you know, that's been one of the issues with as much zone as Lorain plays is we find ourselves guarding air a lot of times, and that was a hole right there.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 at the 25. The first threat of the night goes to the Mustangs. 2 to each side once again. Last play was the first time they changed the formation and had 3 to that far side.
You see, he's 7 yards deep, so it's going to be hard to get to him because he's throwing the ball on a 3-step drop.
Right. And there's another drop by one of his receivers, and I think we got to credit Jalen Cheers got in there and got the hands up in the air. And I don't think he touched the ball, but he might have hindered the vision of the receiver. And that's one of the issues of a 5'6" quarterback.
Yeah. I wonder if he's in a growth spurt or is he just a natural 5'6", a great athlete probably.
Dower on the blitz gets the hit, but the bubble screen is complete, and it's going to have a first down inside the 15. Chavis saves a touchdown. There's a whistle on the – but I don't see a flag, so they're just going to move the sticks. Or is there a flag? It's on Lorain. They signal to the far side of the field.
Well, that quarterback
Personal
did get knocked
foul,
down.
Lorain roughing the passer, I'm sure. It's interesting because the rules in high school I don't believe have changed like the rules in the NFL.
Tackling low, tackling high. You
but
can't,
they're still
you can't land on them.
They're still calling it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't see the play to be sure, but that's where the flag was. So it'll be 1st and goal just outside the 5 with 10:19 to go in the first quarter. Maple Heights on the opening drive from their 38-yard line. Snap back handoff. Nope, he's keeping it and pulled down. That was Dower with the play against the bootleg for a loss of 10.
You don't know whether he was on a blitz or he read it that fast,
yeah,
which is possible.
We'll see your good athlete and raise you one. He pulls it out, and Dower is right there. He just broke down and got into that athletic stance that you like to see those guys get into. So it's 2nd and 15 from the 15. King is back there with Marquise Lane to his left. 3 receivers to the left this time. Single one, Allen to the right. Allen already has 2 catches. Snap back, throw, over the middle, through the hands. Chavis had a shot, Jackson had a shot, as well as the receiver, number 17, James Murray. Incomplete, 3rd and 15.
You know, I'd like to see maybe later in the game we might see Jordan Jackson jump back at that safety spot with 2 interceptions
just to give
last
somebody
week.
a blow, yep.
Yeah, get some height in there.
Yep.
Good speed, good height.
Jordan Jackson has scored touchdowns in more different ways than this year.
For a quarterback.
Yeah. Because last week was the interception return for one. He's caught 2 as a receiver. King blocked at the line. That was Tracy Williams, number 2, from his defensive end spot. He got up in the air and knocked it down, so we're at 4th down.
Yeah, they list Tracy as 6'1". He's playing a little taller than that, doesn't he?
He's a very good athlete as well. And he just was untouched. The tackle, I mean, if you've got a short quarterback, you need to get into the waists of these guys and keep them from doing that. Again, trips to the left with the running back on that side as well. Single receive. Now they put 4 over there with the motion.
And you're going to
King's going to run a draw. He gets pulled down again by Dalen Dower at the 12-yard line, and the Titan defense holds. 2 big plays by senior number 11, Dalen Dower.
That was a change they made a few games ago where they moved him to that outside linebacker versus a cornerback. You get more into the action.
Well, the injury bug has just, they started the season with Anthony Harley in that spot, and he hasn't played since the first half of the first game. A couple weeks ago, they lost Cam Thomas, who played that spot. And so now it's Dalen Dower. Jordan Jackson's at quarterback. Dower and Chavis are to either side. Lighty and Jackson to the near side. Harkness on the far side. Chavis bounces it out, gets about 4 or 5 out to the 17. Good gain on first down. 71, Jacob Addis is at center. 54 is Santino Torres. 69, Isaac Samara are the guards. 66, Colin Thomas. And 74, Big B, Beon Smith are the tackles. Smith Belcher, that is. 2nd down and 5 for Jordan Jackson. He kept it, and it's not going to, didn't fool the end. Fooled everybody but the end. And as a result, it's going to be a loss of about 6. I wonder if that was called in the huddle, or, from the side. Because it looked like there might have been a hole for Dower, who was the fake man. Trips to the far side now. Chavis is back behind Jackson, now moves up to his right. Devontae Jackson one-on-one over here with Delonte Hall. Both of them go both ways as cornerbacks and receivers. Jordan Jackson, couple-step drop. Now, looks to throw, incomplete. And that was Delonte Hall who had the best shot at that, all over Devontae Jackson. So it'll be 4th and 11 for the Titans.
Now they do line up in that short punt formation sometimes.
I was down there on the field while they were working on the punt snap with Jacob Addis, their regular center. Now Devontae Jackson goes in at quarterback, but he punts from this situation. And they have a man back, and there's the one-step boot, and it's a beauty. It's going to bounce forever. There it is, 35, and down to the 32-yard line. The light show down there to down it right there.
What a beautiful punt that was.
Boy, you could just see when it hit, if it hit, whichever way it hit, it was going to bounce forever, and it caught the forward bounce instead of the backward bounce. So 7:44 to go first quarter. Neither team scored on their opening march, but Maple went down into the red zone before turning it over on downs. Titans lost a yard in 3 plays.
I think this game's going to turn into, if you looked at Maple's defense, spread them out and run the ball up the middle.
I think you're right.
Because the way they spread out, they're hard-nosing the receivers.
Yep. So second possession for DeJuan King. Charlton shows blitz, backs out. Now Chavis up from safety. He's coming. King on a roll. He's got a screen pass behind the blitz. Nice play there by Latrell Charlton.
He held on. Just grab a hold and
hold
on.
He read it. Nice read from his middle linebacker spot. He knew to spy the back when the safety's coming, and he held on. It's a gain of about 4. Be second and, let's call it 7. There's the bubble for the 3rd time over everybody's head. And that one was a lot closer to being backwards. I mean, the good thing, they're trying to get it out to the wide side. They run a lot of, their running game is a lot of the shorter passes. I can see that already. And the bubble screens might as well be runs in order to spread the field horizontally.
They did the same thing last year, if you remember. But then they hit 2 or 3 deep ones to win the game, actually. That's coming from the passing mind of Shaq Washington,
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Who's been at both ends of it as a high school quarterback and a college receiver. Snap back. King wants to throw. He's going to throw it deep. Oh, Devontae Jackson
Almost.
came up and high-pointed it, broken up there. Keith Allen had a chance on the way down but couldn't reach it, so it'll be incomplete and 4th down.
There was that deep pass that they tried.
Right.
Usually
He's got a big, long wind-up back there.
Yeah.
Notice that. Now, Lighty goes back deep as he anticipates the punt from DeJuan King, the quarterback. So anytime the quarterback's back there, you've got to be aware. 7:01, no score. Snap back, 1 step and it's away.
High.
Spinning.
High kick.
Going to let it hit. Bounces sort of sideways down inside the 30 to the 27. Titans pick up 16 yards on the change of possessions there. Punted from the 11 and they're out to the, well, it's going to mark it at the 28. So second possession for Lorain in a little bit better field position. 6:52 to go first quarter. No score. '81, Jamarian Harkness goes wide to the right. He caught a long touchdown pass last week. Lighty is the flanker on that side. Now Jordan Jackson is out here one-on-one with the much smaller Delonte Hall. Handoff to Chavis. Chavis breaks through the line of scrimmage and gets about 6.
That's that keeping it on the ground. Spread them and keep it on the ground. You know, a lot of people think you're in a spread offense. You have to throw the ball all the time.
Well, this started out as a running attack.
Yes.
Now Lighty comes over behind Jackson, and Harkness is out alone on the far side. Give to Light or to Dower going the way. Turns the corner. First down and more. Dower in the clear. Dower to the 40. Dragged down. Last man that had a chance got him on the ankles at about the 35. Dalen fell forward to about the 33.
That was what they used to call a shoestring tackle there.
Yes, it was. We'll see on the replay.
Saver.
Chavis leads it. Chavis is looking for somebody to block and couldn't find anybody. And that was Corey Brown, wide receiver safety, coming over to save a touchdown. Now, Jackson is split to the far side. Still Devontae. Again, Dower. Dower inside the 30, down to about the 28. Yards after contact, all 5 of those. Second and about 5. The line got off the ball that time. But again, you can see how they are spread sideways. Devontae Jackson straight back, swings it out to Chavis. A little too casual at both ends.
Threw it behind him. And
Savon tried to one-hand it and get going. Devontae's got to get that ball there. You don't want to buddy pass him where he's waiting on it and gets smacked. So
that's where Jordan sometimes throws the ball a little bit too hard sometimes.
3rd and 5. Jordan is split to the left here. Lighty inside of him. Straight ahead give. Nope. Option. Dower. Dower got the first down. Dower spins down inside the 10, down inside the 15, close to the 10.
That was a classic spin the ball all the way down the field run.
Well, and it was the classic triple option. They fake Chavis right there, and Jackson pulls it out, read the pitch beautifully, and then Dalen with the spin at about the 20, got about 8 more, down to, looks like they're down to about the 12, 1st and 10.
See Jason Brown running in there to bolster up the line.
Mike Smith is in the blocking back. This is the Wildcat for Chavis. Chavis inside the 10, down inside the 5 to about the 4. That was classic student body left. That one of the Titans is down, so we'll get a stoppage in play.
Beautiful block by Tyshawn.
Yeah, Dalen got stepped on as he rolled. That was him that rolled over and is laying there. So 4:54 to go. And it gives me the opportunity to say that the sports medicine team at Cleveland Clinic Sports Health offers expert diagnosis and treatment for athletes of all abilities and ages. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, proud medical provider for Lorain student-athletes. Also gives me a chance to mention that tonight, game ball donated by Tony Giardini, LLC is.
This may be the last home game, so the last game ball
last
being
game
given
ball
out.
For the evening, or for the season. Dalen's got the helmet off and is sitting up, and they're pulling him up, so that's a good sign. I know one thing. He'll be back.
Yeah.
If he can walk, he'll play. So the Titans come back. It's second and about 2 at the 4. Maybe even less than that. Looks like about 1.5 yards, looking to the far side and trying to judge the angles. Now Devontae Jackson comes out. Harkness is in at left tight end, and they have a right end as well. Double tight, full house backfield.
That's
Chavis
Tyshawn.
to the house. Oh, it's Tyshawn Whitey.
Tyshawn had the ball.
Okay.
Being led by Chavis as a nice
Chavis.
blocker.
Yes, it was.
That's one thing about the Lorain specialty people. They can all interchange their positions.
So the light show with a 4-yard sweep. Now we'll see what they come up with here for the conversion. Last week it was all 2-pointers, but that was as much as anything because it was a soccer game. This looks like it's going to be a 2-point attempt. Jordan Jackson still at wide receiver over here. Lighty's facing the wrong way, and now here comes the 11th guy. It is Jalen Cheers. Harkness is split 15 to the right. Cheers and Chavis in the backfield with Devontae Jackson. He wanting Jordan. He's going to roll it and keep it, and he's going to convert. 2 points for Devontae Jackson.
I think the play that was planned was going to be a Jackson to Jackson kind of
yep.
jump ball
Yep.
kind of pass. He was covered, run it in.
Big drive for the Titans. Yeah. And, you know, you can trace a lot of that back to the punt that Devontae Jackson got off to turn the field position. He definitely wants to throw. He's squaring the shoulders, and that was Beion Smith, I think. No, it's Jason Brown that was on the tackle at that side that got the defensive end hooked enough.
Turned him in, yes.
Yep. Nice job by the Titans. That was 72 yards for the first score of the game with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Okay, Devontae Jackson will once again kick. He's done quite a bit already.
Yes, he has.
Well, we were talking about Jordan Jackson. He scored last week on an interception return. He has thrown a touchdown pass, run for a touchdown, caught 2 touchdowns, and last week scored on an interception. That's about all the different ways you can do it other than maybe falling on a fumble. Devontae bounces it away again, caught and downed right there at the 45 by number 13, Dejon McCullough. And I think what we're seeing is that those are not onside kick attempts. Devontae.
I think they're just trying to put it in a little empty area, hoping to get a bounce and wonder what happens. But sometimes you like it to go a little bit deeper than the 43 yards.
I think he was trying to get a little bit more of it than he did, the way he was practicing his swing after the kick. So 1st and 10 at the 44 for Maple Heights. Lorain up now, 8-0. 2 receivers to each side for DeJuan King. Marquise Lane, 6, next to him in the backfield. Fakes it. There's the out pattern, incomplete, low, and Keith Allen unable to come up with it. Manning was right there for Lorain.
Yeah, Tyshawn Lighty pushed him out of bounds. So I thought he caught the ball and pushed out. We couldn't see. His back was to us. But we had it double covered over there.
Yeah, he went down on one knee for that as well. So they've gone to the trips to the wide side, and they've been on this side of the field the whole night, Tom.
They have been.
King calls it out. There's the fake, and he's going to throw the look in. Dropped. There was a Titan and 2. Savon Chavis had, Savon Is that Savon or is
Dan,
no.
can't see who actually broke it up.
I think it was Jalen Cheers. Yeah, Savon was not in. It's 33, not 32. Jordan Jackson is in now at safety.
That's what you need, the big, tall man. I hope he gets us, put the ball over the middle for him.
3rd and 10 on a couple of incompletions. King with a single running back, 3 receivers to the left. Now the motion makes it 4. He looks that way, pulls it down, make a move to the outside, being chased by Charlton, and runs out of bounds, being chased by Tyshawn Lighty. So the Titans defense once again holds.
Yeah, when you can force that quarterback to just run laterally and not turn down to the south, it's our speed is going to match their speed.
Once again, Latrell Charlton with the good move on the quarterback, forcing width and allowing his friends to get in the play as well. So with 4th and 10, 4:27 to go, King will drop back in punt formation once again, this time from the 45. There's a blip. We don't know if we went off sides, we can't get back. So there was definite movement on Maple Heights.
I think Mike Smith was pointing out something. I watched him point.
He's pointing to the guard, I think 44, and it's traveling. There it is. So it's 5 against Maple. Take it back to the 40, make it 4th and 14. The Titans defense put in a bit of a spot there, starting at the 44. Gave up a yard in 3 plays. Snap back is good. 1 step and boots it away. Lighty's going to let it hit, and it's going to roll inside the 20 to about the 19.
I talked to Tyshawn after the Elyria game last year, and he said he likes to let the ball bounce on the punt so then he can see the field and then catch it on the bounce. Because you remember Elyria, I think he took one back. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
But you never let it bounce because you never know where it's going to bounce. It's not a basketball. It's oblong.
At the 19, the Titans will take over for the 3rd time. All 3 times deep in their own territory. Now we got to figure out who's where. Jackson is still out wide. That's Jordan Jackson. So the Devontae Jackson is at quarterback. It looks like Dower and Chavis to either side. Harkness and Lighty. And there's the give in the middle. That's Savon Chavis out over the 20 for a couple only. Let's call it the 21 for a gain of 2. Titans right up to line, kind of in a muddle huddle. Same formation. Jordan is out here one-on-one. On the whole,
Maple has no safety.
No safety.
They cannot stop the post.
Devontae Jackson keeps it on the option, gets a head out over the 25, and they, quite honestly, I think they blew it dead early.
That looked like a little bit of a scrum.
But it was still moving.
Yeah.
Let's see where they decide that it goes down at the 26. So it's 3rd and 3. Now, I don't want to see him necessarily throw it here, get the first down, but you've got to look at Jordan Jackson out here one-on-one.
Yeah, a little quick slant.
Dower spins.
Close.
He's going to be short.
Close, but short.
Now they stopped the clock. Let's see where they spot it. He got a better spot than I thought. So they're going to bring it in for a measurement. 3:11 to go. It's either 1st and 10 or 4th and a half a yard, quite honestly. And I'm going to guess it's just a few inches shy based on where they started and the position to the hash marks. But I hope I'm wrong. They're going to go either way because that's Michael Smith coming in to go to that block. Oh, they made it. Titans benefit from a spot. Dower gets the first down. Smith comes back to the sideline. Jason Brown once again in at tackle Smith Belcher, kind of his back tightened up, and he didn't even dress for the second half last week at Warrensville. Devontae Jackson, Lighty, they've spied that, but Tyshawn going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think that's the third team that has seen the films and they see Tyshawn coming back at you. They always block him in. They did it at Warrensville, and they did it the game before that.
Now, it seems to me they ran a counter to that 2 weeks ago, the Cleveland Heights game. Devontae Jackson rolls. He's looking for Jordan Jackson, but he's not going to have a chance. And that's not good when all your linemen are walking over to help you up.
Yeah, when you're surrounded with white shirts and blue shirts are in another little huddle.
So it's going to be a loss of about 5, maybe 6, 3rd and 16.
Yeah, here's where I think if they put that trips to the far right and get everyone to go over there, they'll leave Jordan over here one-on-one for the post.
Well, that's what they're going to do because Harkness is split wide, and Lighty and Dower are both going to go out in a bunch formation. Now there's going to be a timeout. That just took too long. The lack of urgency there cost them a timeout.
But you see Maple put a safety in now.
Yep.
They didn't go all the way over with the trips like they had in the past. Yeah.
I'd like to see Devontae just take like the 3-step drop and look to get. Now, maybe too much to go here, but he doesn't look comfortable rolling out.
Especially rolling to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. It's always a chore. You can do it, but it takes a lot of coaching to get a right-hander to roll left and square up and take the proper steps.
Absolutely it does. Minute 53 to go. Lorain is on the board on a 4-yard run from Tyshawn Lighty with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Maple has had the ball 3 times, been stopped all 3, twice with a punt, and the first time on downs in the red zone. So once again, Harkness and Lighty to the far side. Dower joins.
See, they're bringing safeties over. They're going to have 2 safeties, actually.
Jackson rolls this way, squares the shoulders, throws, got Jackson, but he's going to be short. Now it's 4th and 1.
Nice little pass and catch.
Yep, little pitch and catch. Jordan Jackson, of course, not used to being a wide receiver, didn't get to the stick.
Yeah.
Now, Beyond Belcher Smith comes in, and they, as an extra lineman, and Harkness comes in at tight end. Mike Smith lines up behind the tackle, 4th and 1. It's a power formation. Dalen Dower looks like the quarterback here. He's going to just run straight ahead. He's got the first down, and quite honestly, he was a step from
all the way
the linebacker, number 3, Devontae Sarwi from his back. Got a hand in and tripped him up. But it's going to move the sticks out to the 48. 1st and 10 for Lorain.
Now, that's a formation you don't see Lorain in a lot.
It's almost the old single wing.
It is.
This is Tyshawn Lighty looking for help. He's got the corner. There's a flag. It's going to come back. Lighty's got down near the 40, but it's going to come back on some sort of an illegal block.
Well, they got that Mike Smith in there at that, what we used to call in the single wing, the quarterback. Actually, he's nothing more than a guard.
Right.
So, pulling and trapping and leading.
That's going to be.
Look, against Maple declined.
Let's see.
They're coming back. No. I think the official pointed to Maple.
It's a chop against Maple Heights that is declined. So how about that, Tom?
Yeah.
Instead of 15-yarder, they'll take 17 on the run and a first down. Smith Belcher comes out, and quite honestly, he might have been the guy that got cut.
He's running too hard to be hurt, so.
Devontae Jackson goes back to quarterback. Jordan Jackson split out wide with Lighty inside of him on the near side. Harkness one-on-one far side. Jackson straight back, fakes the bubble, wants it all. He's got Jordan Jackson out there, catches it, and down inside the 10 to the 6.
Actually, it hit a Maple defender first.
That was number 5, Corey Brown, who got his hand on it. They're going to spot him at the 7. That was a tough catch for somebody that's not used to playing wide receiver. There's the pump. And quite honestly, Lighty made everybody bite. Jordan got behind and pulled it away from the hand of the defender. 1st and goal, Titans. 50 seconds to go, clock running, and there's the single wing again. This time it's Dower in the middle. Smith changes sides. Lighty, fumble. That was a botched handoff there.
Yeah.
And I think Dower got back on it.
One thing you usually never saw in the old single wing was a handoff from that position.
Right.
Every now and then it would be some fancy thing, but never just a straight handoff.
Right. And that was going to be the quick hitter to try and run behind Michael Smith. Now that's going to end the quarter. Titans are going to come off and try to do something at the other end. We've played one here at the George as the clock, now it runs out. We've played one, 8-0 Titans over state-ranked Maple Heights. Titans are threatening again. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
Back here at the George, 2nd and goal from the 10 for Lorain. Lorain in the power formation, double tight end, and actually it's an extra tackle on the right side. Mike Smith, the linebacker, is behind the right tackle. Snap back to Lighty. Lighty bows back. He's going to get the corner down to the 5, makes a move to the house.
Oh, I see a
flag
yellow flag
way back. There's a flag on the 19.
And I see the officials tapping the Maple kid on the shoulder saying, I don't know.
Let's see what the call is before we celebrate too much more. Whistle, finally. He's going to put it away. We're okay with that. So Tyshawn Lighty from 10, is that the call?
Yeah. I don't know if we've seen a replay yet because I was watching the film. Watch this little stagger step here.
Well, he definitely, he's
at
at the 10 right now. Now he's going to go back. There's the
what a block there. Deke Leader. Right here. Watch.
Yeah. Whoops.
I don't know if you're allowed to say jockstrap on the air.
He left JV on Simmons. That might be who's down.
Maybe. What was the flag for that got waved off?
That's who it was that was down. That was the guy that he might have hurt himself grabbing for air because he didn't get any Lighty. That is number 15, Javion Simmons. Titans are huddled up talking about the extra point play. Now they're calling Mike Smith back along with Jalen Cheers just to get.
Looks like they're going back.
Devontae Jackson comes out. Jordan Jackson comes out. Jalen Cheers comes back out of the huddle. So it looks like they're going to go to the single wing look.
They'll be in that double tight with 4 in the backfield. Woody Hayes would be happy on this one.
Mm-hmm. That was the first play of the second quarter. The Titans finish it off with a 10-yard run from Tyshawn Lighty. It's 14 looking for 16 here as the teams return to the field. And always good to see Simmons walk off under his own power. See, they've got a tight end on the near side who's really a tackle, that is. And then they've got way too many over there. This is Chavis.
He'll go in.
He's going to walk in. Just outnumbered him at the point of attack.
You know, I'm sure if you look at Maple Heights' schedule, they've played teams who have been in the spread all the game. A lot of times teams are not used to having that four-man power football.
You know, it used to be that if you were going to do that, you'd line up in the I formation and maybe with a wing back and do some motioning and
you're
run
talking
power
about the old Lorain High and Old King.
Power leads with the fullback leading the tailback. Now it's spread you out, stretch that rubber band, and then see if you can find the weak spot. Well, here comes the adventure, Tom.
Yeah, the kickoff, you mean?
And I'm sure that Maple Heights feels that way, too. Titans almost caught the last one.
If I'm not mistaken, the rules are you can catch an onside kick if you're not impeding their
There was
catching.
nobody around that. That would have been a legal play. Now, is this looks like Costco. Number 16.
He's wearing the old Rodriguez number?
Yes. I'm not sure which Costco that is. Hand in the air, approach. Now he sends it skidding down, hits it at the 20, bounces to the 16. Picked up there by Hall. Hall's going to take it to the other side, and he's got a lane. This is trouble. Hall is out over the 40, and his opposite number 2, Tracy Williams, said that's far enough.
Yeah.
And we have an early leader in the hit of the week contest.
See, that's one of the things when you work on onsides a lot. I mean, that was a perfect kick down in that corner, but we didn't have anybody on that far side. They got out of their lanes.
Yes. And that was okay. Jackson and Chavis are the twin safeties now. Snap back, give straight ahead, ball on the
ground,
and picked up. Devontae Jackson has it at the 50.
That went through a couple other hands in there.
Oh, my goodness. I still don't know how Devontae got that. I was just going to say he's got to get on the ground for that, and he had it in his hands. So the Titans get a break from the defense, which has played well for the game. They're going to spot him at, here it is on replay. And the handoff, again, this was just not a smooth handoff. High snap, didn't get it in all the way. Somebody hit it. Tracy Williams, I think. Devontae picked it up on the 49 before the other guy dove for it. He sure outquicked me there because
He reminds me of a Cam Davis basketball steal.
Yep. Trips to the left for Devontae Jackson. Jordan Jackson out there among them. Lighty here alone on the near side. Devontae looking to unload. Now he's looking to run. He's got 5. Gets out of bounds. Lives to play another day. You know, Devontae's got a little bit more of the quicks than Jordan has. You give up some of the size, but you pick up a little bit of the feet right there.
Well, he scrambles forward rather than scrambles laterally.
Harkness is alone here on the near side now. Jordan Jackson and Tyshawn Lighty on the far side. Straight ahead, that's Dower, bounces it out. Got the first down inside the 40. Pulled down with a hog tie there. Inside the 40 it'll be, and they move the sticks. Titans first down with 11:15 to go in the half. 16-0 already, Lorain. Lorain comes in as a decided underdog in this contest. Again, Harkness alone on the near side. Jackson gives it to Dower. Dower's got a couple in the middle, moves the pile down to about the 37, where he's whistled down.
That little scissors counter they run.
Right.
And what this drive is doing is keeping the ball on the ground.
Yep, and the clock is moving. And it's early to think about that, but you're on offense rather than defense. Just got confirmation that's not Timmy, it's Tyler Costco that's the kicker. Chavis inside. There's a
hold or something.
Yeah, I think.
He's still running.
He got down inside the 25 when he was contacted at the 30. But it's going to come back, unfortunately, as holding is the call. And it was one of the interior guys, and I think it was the backside tackle, to be quite honest. That's going to take it back to the 45 and make it second down and about 15.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the sticks now, so now they're going to have to air something out, I think, unless they can get around that corner.
Yeah, I was going to say they've had good luck getting the edge. And quite honestly, with the trips over there, we're set up to possibly outnumber them again. Harkness is alone on the near side. Devontae, draw play to Dower. Dower runs into his own lineman, gets away, makes a move down to the 40, down to near, okay, he's going to be out of bounds there at about the 37. Something out of nothing there got him 8. It's going to be third and about 8.
Well, Noah and Lorain are in 2-down territory.
Oh, there's no
4-down
doubt
territory.
about that.
So they got 2 more plays to get that 8.
This is Dalen Dower, the athlete, because he runs right in to his tackle, bounces off, lowers his shoulder, and took on 2 more even after he was out of bounds. Now Jordan Jackson comes up under center, trips to the left. Dalen Dower, single setback turn, double pass. Devontae Jackson got the light show. Tyshawn Lighty to the house.
You knew it was coming, didn't you?
When he went up under center.
Yeah, because that gives you that extra 5 yards, so you're going to have a backward pass, which is not a pass. It's kind of a lateral.
Yep. So the Titans go up 22, looking for 24 here, and that's the second or third time this year that they've scored on that play. That was the play that ended the Clarkson game.
Yes, it was. Yes,
we scored that on that play. Lighty made a one-handed catch, and it was the 2-point conversion that ended that game. It's 22 now, and now Jalen Cheers into the lineup. We have run more different lineups.
I think this is
Ethan Nickel coming off. He's the holder.
This is the blocking formation here.
Okay, Mike Smith is in. We are in that single wing look. Dower rolls. He wants to throw. He just didn't get it there.
Yeah.
He was running. He's not a quarterback. So 22 for Lorain.
I like to see him run that same play right, where he can roll right, keep his eyes open, and then have that run pass option.
10:06 to go in the half. The Titans capitalize on the fumble at midfield and go 49 yards for their third score of the half. And Tyshawn Lighty has put all 3 of them in the end zone. I'm telling you what, Tom, somebody is going to get a steal with that kid.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to Jerry Evans, who's on the coaching staff last week, and he said one of the things is Tyshawn doesn't time as well in the 40 as you would think. But he said there's such a thing as football speed.
I was going to use those same exact terminology.
And Jerry says he doesn't much get caught from behind.
No. And he has such athletic abilities on other aspects of the game. You see that little stutter step he did on the 5-yard line to score. His one-hand catches.
Yeah, we've seen him one-hand 2 long ones this season. This is Tyler Costco, number 16. Tyler is a sophomore and has done some kicking for the JV team. There's a pooch down at the 30, bounces off to Coach Whitehead, who puts it under his arm.
And
he's not going to return it. They'll take it at the 35. And I think that, as we have seen in years past, Coach McFarland is fine with that. You can't get burned if you take it at the 35. And honestly, they started the last one outside the 40.
Yes.
So we've had everything else on a kickoff. Why not that? And Maple Heights takes over at the 35, which is, I believe, their worst starting position after a kickoff. And they've had a bunch. Double receivers to both sides for King. High snap, takes it, bubble screen, and this looks like it might work. Outside, Manning forcing Corey Brown outside, but he's out across the 40. Good gain of about 7.
Every now and then on that formation, you got to bring somebody up hard and, put a lot of pressure on that.
I think what we're doing is we're running that outside backer up so hard at the quarterback that we're giving that flat out. Same formation. Now motion brings 3 to the near side. Give is straight ahead. Nowhere to go that time. Going to lose maybe a yard. Mike Smith is there along with Tracy Williams. That's not Mike Smith. That's 58 Jaden Tucker along with Tracy Williams. Tucker is playing defensive end along with Williams. 3rd and about 4. Big play for the defense if they could get off the field here. King winds up, and he's got a man. First down, Moore. Charlton gets there to help out. But it's across the 50 to the 45.
Yeah, not only did he have the cushion, but the defensive back slipped a little bit.
So 1st and 10 for Maple Heights. They stopped the bleeding a little bit. They trail 22-0 as the clock gets wound. 9:20 to go first half. Freshman DeJuan King, Marquise Lane, senior running back in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side now motion. That was Canadian football motion. Intercepted by Devontae Jackson. He's got a path. Devontae across the 40. If he can split to 20, 10. Devontae Jackson dragged down at the 5. What a nice return.
Yeah.
That was number 2, Delonte Hall, wide receiver, cornerback, that pulled down cornerback, quarterback, wide receiver, and punter, Devontae Jackson. So the Titans are in business again. And this is going to open some eyes if this continues, Tom.
Well, yeah, let's knock on wood there, but I'll tell you what, this is, we even have fans coming up and asking if this is a surprise.
Yep.
Well, here's a move in here that he's trapped.
Right
he
here.
Is trapped.
Yep. And he got a block. He waited for a block.
Blockers.
And that was Jalen Cheers that came back and gave him that block, the outside linebacker on the far side. Now Dower comes over for some instruction. I think we might have to take a timeout here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Once again on the fast change. The issue is not a lot of guys come out.
Yes. Yeah.
So sometimes you have 10, sometimes you have 12. But did you see the NFL game the other night where the Packers were allowed to play with 13 on defense?
No, I missed that one. That was the Monday night game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And the officials pride themselves in counting every time.
Well, they didn't just miss one. It wasn't the Chip Klein 4-4-4. They had 4 linebackers, 4 linebackers, 3 linemen, and then 7 defensive backs or 6 defensive backs. I mean, there was a bunch of them out there.
And if the offense is playing fast, how do officials count?
Not a good time to be an official in the NFL as they are under fire. Here's the power formation. Dower will take the snap. Jackson comes in to play tight end now. Now, switching ends is Colin Thomas. Power formation, snap to Chavis. Chavis cuts it up, lowers the shoulder, gets a couple. Going to spot him right about the 3. Nice submarine job there by one of the Mustangs.
He is the powerful runner of that group.
Yeah, absolutely.
He may not have the fancy feet, but he does have the weight and the momentum behind him.
strength. He's just so strong. Muddle huddle here for the Titans as they come back up, leading 22-0. Again, Dower in the middle with Lighty on his left, and this is Lighty going to keep it. Lighty's looking for a hole. He doesn't need much more than that. Lighty into the house.
See, that's the difference between the thing. You see how Lighty kind of waited a little bit. He reminds you a little bit of Le'Veon Bell. He just waits for that hole to open. Yeah.
I mean, this is a thing of beauty. He just trusted his guys to give him a seam.
Yeah.
Watch how long he takes here. Jordan Jackson is the tight end. He goes out to get the linebacker.
Smith,
and look, Michael Smith is
what
right
a great
there.
block there.
Michael Smith took the man right into the end zone. And then comes over to pick him up. So 28, looking for 30 now for Lorain in the Who'da Thunk It department. Smith comes back. You did such a good on the last one, son. We're going to let you play this one too. Tyshawn Lighty with 4 touchdowns in the first half. Dower, give to Chavis. Now, he's not going to get there.
No.
Now, that is significant because that freezes the Titans at 28. And it doesn't matter this quarter, but 30 starts the running clock in the second half. But we've got 8 minutes and 26 seconds to go. And so that means in 3 minutes and 34 seconds, the Titans have scored 20 points.
Yes. Yeah. First play of the second half.
The second quarter,
Yeah, second quarter.
And then the defense comes up big. Devontae Jackson 2 times. Picks up a fumble at the 50. They go 50 yards. Intercepts a pass, runs it down to 1st and goal.
Yeah.
And now, now you're at the point in the game where these guys got from Maple Heights, it's gut check time from them.
They've never been in this situation.
No, they haven't. They lost by 4. And they have a power offense here. They have scored 52, 34, 34, 42, 64, 16 in the rain, 44.
Yeah.
So they aside from that 16, 34 is the lowest. And like I said, that 16 was that night that was so miserable for
everybody in Northeastern Ohio, right?
Tyler Costco, again along the sidelines, again bounces to Coach Whitehead. Again, the flags fly. And as planned, this is taking away an opportunity for a big play. I like this thinking, as long as they don't make us re-kick. We did this successfully one year until
what was the team that came
Toledo
in?
Whitmer said in the playoffs, kick it again.
Playoff game, yeah.
On the Fantastic 50 website, Maple Heights was a 7-point favorite here. So if you took Lorain in the points, you're sitting pretty. Freshman quarterback DeJuan King, trailing by 28. He'll start at the 35, brings a man in motion. It's the jet sweep, cuts it back to the inside and runs into Michael Smith.
I say Jalen Tucker was there too.
Jalen Tucker was there as well. Gain of about a yard.
Yeah. I think Maple is going to get into that. We're going to have to throw. We're going to have to throw. We're going to have to throw, and we'll pick off another one of these. You see, we're going with 2 safeties.
Right. And Jackson gives a big cushion.
Yeah, the cushions are coming from the way outside. There's a little draw.
That's a nice play. That's going to pick up positive yardage out to about the 42. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Latrell Charlton, 22, one of the first Titans on the scene. Tracy Williams, number 2 there as well. Dylan Blakely in the middle, number 14. Coach Bill Grooms loves the small, quick nose man.
Mm-hmm.
He had Weatherspoon last year, and now he's got Blakely. King going to roll. Pass away.
I don't think.
Well, bounced away, and it's incomplete. So now it's 4th and 3. Interesting that this point on the field.
Maple is not sending in.
Well, the quarterback is the kicker.
Yeah.
You know, if they kick it, so what? Let's defend.
Yeah.
That's how the Titans are going to play it.
But yeah.
Lighty, Chavis. The defensive backs are lined up 8 yards off. King is going to throw quickly, out pattern over everybody. 1st and 10 Titans at the 42. The defense does it again. Coach Jeremy Wilt with 2 hands up in the air. He's the defensive coordinator. And 1st and 10 Lorain at the 42-yard line. You know, and you're going to look at this. You're going to look at this at the half and say, wow, Lorain's got 28 points already. Their offense must have been really good, but this has been a defensive
yes, it has been.
Story for Lorain. You know, the last one they scored from the 5. The time before that was the 50. Now they get it at the 42.
And I think they'll keep it on the ground if they can keep getting positive yardage here.
Devontae Jackson got the full backfield behind him. Savon Chavis to give, cuts it ahead down to about the 40. You know, I honestly think that if they didn't blow the whistle, Savon would have kept moving till the half. Because he gets into those piles and he just keeps working it. Let's see where they spot this. The near side officials got him right at the 40. And that's where it'll be. So gain of 2, 2nd and 8, 6:40 to go in the half. Jordan Jackson is at wide receiver on the near side, 25 yards off the ball. Inside of him are Dower and Lighty. Devontae Jackson, Jr., is quarterback. He's going to roll to the near side. Pump fakes, throws for Lighty. Long one for Lighty to the house! Wow! You can't throw it any better than that.
Let me see if I can use my math and come up with 5 scores this quarter.
Yep.
This half.
5 for Lighty. Devontae, that was, you wanted him rolling out this way, Tom.
Yeah.
And the pump fake is what did it.
Well, you could see, we used to call that play in Arkansas. You run that kind of fake the out and turn upfield. And once he turns upfield,
he had 10 yards if he wanted it. Here it is again.
Here he comes. There's the sideline. There's the up.
There's the pump.
Yep.
And he's just 5 yards behind everybody, and that's right on the money where he can run underneath it. Now Tyler Costco will attempt to kick at 35. Ethan Nickel, the holder. Snap is good. Ball is down, and
I think it's in.
I think it's in. He hit it. Tyler Costco gets on the board for the first time on the football field. And the Titans go up 35-0. And that one was from the 42 because of the 4 and out that the Titan defense runs. So the last 3 possessions have resulted in touchdowns, and they've been from the 50, the 5, and the 42. Yeah. That is your defense making plays for your offense.
And the clock seems to be running slower for some reason.
Because we're kicking off every other play. Well, we've had a lot of changes in possession, too. Now, Maple Heights is in the same region as Avon.
And they were second to Avon,
They
if I'm
were
not mistaken.
number 7 in the Fantastic 50. We'll look on the Joe Itel page and see that they were...
I think they're 2nd or 3rd to Avon.
Number 2.
Yeah.
They were number 2. Tyler Costco bombs away. Going to wear that spot in the turf out as it hits and skids out of bounds at the 20. Both teams appear to be comfortable with that.
And he almost did it, where the ball almost stopped in bounds right there.
Well, you had the return man there let it go over his head rather casually. So we'll walk back to the 35 and put it in play once again. 6:19 to go in the half. If you just turned us on, it's Lorain 35, state-ranked Maple Heights, nothing. It's been the Light Show. Tyshawn Lighty with 5 touchdowns in the first half.
Does he have an extra point in there also?
I think he might.
I think the first one, he might have been his.
No.
No, they're all runs.
Yeah. Straight ahead give. Oh, there's Jaden Tucker. There's Dylan Blakely, 58, and there's Tracy Williams. Jaden Tucker in the backfield, first man on the scene, loss of 2. He is in at defensive end on this senior night. Good for him. He's a hard-working kid. Now Charlton comes up and shows blitz with 5:50 to go. King gets it, rolls it.
There's a guy going down.
Contain, hit as he throws. That was Charlton that hit him. That was 150 hitting 140. But the pass sailed over the bench and out of bounds. Joe Bach just showed me on the Friday Night Lights Facebook page, somebody posted the score, and there was a big capital letters, "What?" with a bunch of question marks. You know, if the Titans can hold on tonight, they'll become the biggest Maple Heights fans in the LEL.
Yeah, want to go against that Cleveland Heights at the last game of the season.
King on 3rd and 12, sends it back in motion, drops straight back this time, throws over the middle, intercepted by Latrell Charlton, 35-30. Charlton down into the 25. There's nobody on the field I feel any better for than Latrell Charlton, who came to football only this year and really worked hard in the weight room all spring and stuck with it and has been on the field and makes that play. So the Titans take over. They mark it at the 27, 5:33 to go. Plenty of time.
See, that's, you know, what they're doing. They're not blitzing those linebackers like they have had in the past.
That was a nice deep drop from a linebacker,
That's what you need. And that's what takes care of all that 20-yard middle zone.
Here comes the single wing. They're bringing Lighty out behind Jordan Jackson. Devontae Jackson has Michael Smith and Savon Chavis in the backfield. Snap, Chavis gets it, bounces off a few, gets down inside the 25. They're going to spot him right at the 25, it looks like, for a couple.
Lighty ran out and got the T. Is that with the T out there? No, he
shouldn't have been, not at that end.
No,
he might have gone out for his mouthpiece.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Now, we know they're not going to score on this play because he's not in.
Yeah. There's other athletes on the field.
There's no doubt about that. Chavis and Michael Smith are the backs on either side of Devontae. Jordan Jackson and Dalen Dower are out wide to the near side. Devontae straight keeper. Ball under the arm, tucks it down, flag behind the play as Devontae gets down to about the 15.
This is
near a first down, but this is in the holding area. Of course, we had an illegal chop on one of these against the defense, so let's wait and see. Indication block in the back against the Titans. So that's going to take it from the 27 back 10 to the 37. It's going to be 2nd and 19 at the 42.
Well,
it's more than that. They've got to get to the 8-17, so it's 25. 4:40 to go. The clock is ticking. Devontae Jackson is at quarterback. Nothing wrong with Jordan Jackson. He's out wide. Devontae's got 2 touchdown passes in the quarter. Snap back. Jackson straight back. Wants it all. Now he rolls. Nice job. Nice pocket. He's got all kinds of room. Pulls it down 30, 25. Out of bounds at about the 23.
No, he got the penalty back and a few more.
And a few more. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. So he got 19 there very casually, didn't he?
Well, you know, I see he was directing traffic. You see him pointing like
Very casual.
I think telling his receivers, move in, move out. Right here, right?
There it is. He's waving somebody down, and when the man-to-man and the defensive backs turn their back, you see lots of room. So 3rd and 6. Again, Smith and Chavis. Snap back, fake. Jackson wants it all. Jackson gets outside. There's a hold. Jordan Jackson has the first down, but one of the linemen just had 55 hooked. And it looked okay until Jordan got outside of him.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get out of the block. So that'll cost him 10. Sideline, pushing the sideline back.
I'm an optimist, and I can see, all these 3rd downs and bringing them back is running the clock down.
Right. 37 takes it back to the 38. So it's going to be 3rd down and 20. There's 4:10 to go. The clock is stopped. Titans are up 35-0. Titans will get the ball coming out in the second half. Now Dower goes out with Harkness to the far side. Leidy and Jackson on the near side. Single setback is Chavis. He's looking for a block. Pump fake. Jackson looks to throw. Looks for everybody. Throws it to Jordan Jackson. 40, 35. Down close to the 30. So it's going to bring up 4th and 12.
Jordan had a couple of little moves in there, too.
And he put the head down and tried to.
You don't see that when he's quarterback. And now that he's a receiver, he has a little different attitude out there.
Well, when he's a quarterback, you can't put a move on a guy that's chasing you. There he's got guys in front of him. Mike Smith comes out. Now Leidy goes out with Devontae Jackson is split far side. Leidy comes near side with Harkness. Jordan Jackson back at quarterback. This is the offense that started things. Double reverse pass. Jackson brings it down. Jackson gets inside the 20, but he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down at
this
the
was supposed
20.
to be a pass to Leidy,
yes,
I
it
think,
was.
but he was well covered the whole time.
Yes, they stuck with him that time.
Yeah. Here it is.
Dower,
there it is.
Jackson. Devontae made the right decision.
Yeah.
Just on 4th down and 12, you got 10.
That play has been scouted and scouted. And what I'd like to see the next time they run that in 2 quarters
fake
now.
Let Leidy keep it.
And let Leidy keep it. Fake the pitch. Let Leidy keep it around. Let Davion keep it.
Dale. So Titans turn it over on downs. Kind of breaks up a quarter where you've scored 4 times. You've got 27 in the quarter. So 1st and 10 with 3:37 to go for Maple Heights, and they are 80 yards from pay dirt or pay carpet. Gives straight ahead. Got him 5-6. That is Marquise Lane, number 6. Michael Smith and Jaden Tucker get up off the bottom of the pile. Give him 7. 2nd and 3. Now, Maple Heights has got to be thinking, I want to get in the clock's not running in the second half. That's big for them.
It is.
That's a lateral. And he picks it up off a hop. Now they call it incomplete. I think we got a break there.
That was backwards.
Because that ball hit on the 20. And we'll get a replay look here. And it doesn't matter what we see, quite honestly. It was supposed to be a forward pass. Let's put it that way. So he's at the 20, and you know what it is? Just. Because his feet were behind the 20.
It was a pass,
Just. So 3rd and 3. Once again, Maple Heights, instead of going after that first down, ran the high-risk, high-reward play. Dower backs out. King looks to the near side, overthrows, and guess who was there to break that up and let Devontae Jackson got a little bit of Keith Allen while he was up in the air. Didn't really run through him, but upset him enough to have him come down back first.
Now, this is a choice on Maple has to make.
It's 4th and 3.
very makeable with their short passing game. But if they don't make it, it puts Lorain in
they
excellent
gained
position.
7 on the ground on the first play, and then they've played a little bit panicky here, I think. King rolls. He looks. Rolls wider. Throws.
I think it's
Dower intercepted it. In any event, it's the Titans' ball, but Dalen Dower pulls it down at the 31. So another turnover for Maple Heights. It would have been cost Lorain 3 yards.
But see, this is a situation you got to punt the ball and hold them. Yeah, I mean that's the only smart thing to do in that case.
I mean, I don't understand the second and third down calls, quite honestly.
I mean, 7 yards on the first.
And like I say, a score here was huge because it stops the clock. I mean, with a running clock, you're talking about 15 plays instead of 30 in a quarter.
Because Lorain's going to get the ball first.
Yeah.
And if they can hold the ball for 2 or 3 first downs, they don't have
that'll
to get
be
a touchdown.
the quarter.
They only need 2 or 3 first downs.
Yeah. Of course, they don't do anything. Now Ethan Nickel comes on the flank inside of Jordan Jackson. Devontae is still at quarterback, gives straight ahead. Dower bounces it out, cuts it up 30. Dower 25, down to the 21 before he's ridden to the ground by number 15, Javion Simmons, and it's good to see him back on the field. He was injured earlier, trying to catch Tyshawn Lighty. So they spot him at the 22, gain of 9, 2nd and 1. And the Titans are playing with house money here.
Yes.
35-0. They've got 1 timeout left, but they're, with the Lorain skilled people, you're always in scoring position, but Lighty is out to the far side. Well, that's not Lighty, but this is Chavis. First down and more.
And
more. Chavis to the house.
And more.
From 22 yards. Somebody other than Tyshawn Lighty.
Wow.
Tom, with the way this season has gone, 3-4 where we are, and just quite honestly, anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. To see this kind of performance tonight says a lot about what the coaches have done and the character of these kids.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. They didn't give up. They played hard. You missed this replay. Harkless had a beautiful block downfield. Beautiful block.
Tyler Costco, that one's a little bit better. He hit the rock. 42 for Lorain. Maple Heights love. And we've got 1:56 left to go in the half. So for the 7th time, Lorain will put it in play with a kickoff. Costco will come over and switch tees. Dave McFarland with a big hug for Tyler. The last one kind of wished its way over. That one was long and true.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that was a kick that.
Well, Tyler, he's worked out with the JVs, and he kicked some last year for the JVs. He's a soccer player by trade. And Tyler is probably 5'4" and 135 pounds.
Most soccer players are that way. Short and quick.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore. You can find some things for the future. Devontae Jackson has certainly been a bright spot at quarterback. Costco looking for Coach Whitehead once again. Not caught at the 25. Straight ahead up the sidelines to the 40.
Who was that?
That was Colin Thomas.
Did he jump?
He just jumped over everybody. Out to about the 42 comes number 20, Jayton Payton. There's got to be some stunned young men on that far sidelines.
Yeah.
Because, when you coach, when you play, you think about how the game could go. And this is not something any one of those young men considered about tonight.
Well,
Last year's game was, I think Lorain was up 35-26 at the half.
I don't remember the.
It was just a million points in the first half.
But I remember Lorain had a chance to win up to the last play of the game.
King fake, slides it out into the flat. Oh, Michael Smith, how do you do?
Yeah.
That was number 40, Mike Pace, and his pace was stopped abruptly. Michael Smith, number 52 from the middle. And, this is good discipline. There's one, there's two, and then there's three Titans there.
What I like about this, the linebackers are playing linebacker in this game.
That was three linebackers. That was Dower, then Charlton, then Smith.
You don't have to blitz every play. You play 53 yards wide.
And we've seen Charlton with an interception 15 yards back. And Dower had an interception on the last series. There's another big hit in the backfield by Mike Smith.
Yeah.
Marquise Lane gets shut down. Now with 50 seconds to go, it's 3rd and 12. I didn't remark about it after the last extra point when Coach Mack went over and gave Tyler Costco such a big hug. Coach Mack's made his way down to the sidelines.
Yes.
He started the game in the booth. Now they are motioning Jordan Jackson, his 20 yards off the ball at safety.
Well, that's the.
And the three cornerbacks are at the 50. He moves up, and they move him back. Straight ahead give. Out to the 49 is Lane, tripped up there. There's your shoestring tackle again, Tom. Now they're not going to have to run another play. These Mustangs appear to be broken as the first half comes to an end. It's all Lorain,
so far.
42, nothing for Maple Heights. Back with the Lorain High Band after this timeout.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, it's for a nicer day, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gonna get some big ones. Anybody want to wear a life jacket?
I'm good.
No life jacket? That's a deal breaker.
Daddy, you promised.
Daniel Stevens.
Yeah, give me one of those life jackets.
This message brought to you by the National Safe Boating Council and the women who nag you. Love you.
Veterans benefits earned through your service in the National Guard or Reserve can offer a range of support.
I wouldn't be here today as a successful woman without the help that I received.
From home loans to job training, go to benefits.va.gov/Guard Reserve to find out more, even how to apply online using e-benefits.
This is one of the best things I ever did in my life.
We were very fortunate to have these benefits, so we definitely ought to use them.
Achieve your next mission. Learn about your VA benefits today.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Back here at George Daniel, set for second half action. The Titans of Lorain 42, Maple Heights yet to score. Titans will get the ball to start the third quarter. And this, we talked a lot about it at half. This has got to be one stunned group from Maple Heights who comes in here 6-1 and thinking that if they win out, they're going to be, high seed in the playoffs and LEL champs.
Well, and they also, they're thinking they were in the playoffs last year. Their only loss was to this eventual state champ.
That's right.
In about the semifinal game.
Number 40, Mike Pace will kick for the first time. Let's see. He whiffed.
I think the ball's right there. You don't get a do-over.
I think we'll take it right there.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
They downed it. I mean, by him picking it up, it's downed.
There's no do-overs.
Because it's an an illegal touch for him. So this team has had everything that could happen bad happen to it in the first half. A little bit of the domination. Titans 340 yards in the half, 207 on the ground, and 133 through the air. Maple Heights 85 yards in the half. Tyshawn Lighty on 8 touches has 5 touchdowns. Devontae Jackson at quarterback, 5 of 5, 133 yards, 2 TDs, 6 carries, 27 yards. Dalen Dower with his 9th carry. That's going to go back to the line and no further. And now the clock is running. We're already under 11 minutes after one play. We were talking in the first half about at 35-0 how Maple Heights, if they scored, still had the opportunity to keep it under a 30-point. Instead, there was another turnover and another Titan score.
That's why that Chavis touchdown at the very end. So now they need 2 scores to get out of it.
They need 2 scores just to get the clock stopped.
Yeah.
And this is the second play from scrimmage, and we've played over a minute and a half.
And Lorain's going to keep the ball on the ground.
Trips to the near side. Jordan Jackson, Dalen Dower, Tyshawn Lighty. Devontae straight back, draw play to Savon. Savon hit at the line, and we're going to lose a yard. And, I can tell you right now that somebody challenged somebody's manhood in the Maple Heights locker room.
Yeah.
And that's
their first 2 defensive plays in a row that they've made this whole game.
Right. So it's 3rd down and 12. Chavis is going to come out. Looks like that shoulder that bothered him last week is bothering him again, as trying to stretch. So Devontae Jack now out wide for Lorain. Number 18 is Tavion Black, the homecoming king. Devontae rolling near side. Cheers, throws behind Lighty and too far for Dower. So it's going to be 4th and 12.
And again, that incomplete pass doesn't stop the clock like it normally would in the first half.
Right. So now the Titans have punted once in this game already.
A great punt.
And it was a big play.
Yes, it turned the field over what it did. And that set the whole tempo for that first quarter.
So now they line up in, Jackson is the punter. He lines up 5 yards deep as the quarterback. Let's see what happens here. He's going to roll. He's going to throw too wide, intended for Jordan Jackson. And that turns it over.
Now the clock should stop.
It hasn't. No, now it just did at 8:46. Yeah. So the Titans ran 4 plays and took 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Yeah. That's the only time it stops is for a change of possession, and I believe to get set for the kickoff or a timeout.
Yeah, Chavis ran back out there, and I think they pulled him back.
Yeah.
So,
Jackson is in at safety now. I think it would have been a good time to try a punt there, Tom.
Yeah, I think so, too. Put him back into the 10-yard line.
Freshman Dewan King keeps it, comes near side. Dower slices through and tackles him in the backfield for about a loss of 8.
Dower has found himself a defensive position. He's made so many nice tackles from that outside linebacker spot.
And if you talk to Coach Mack in a quiet moment, he thinks Dalen's future has always been as a cover corner.
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's what he plays as a freshman.
Yes.
I remember the Sandusky game when we first seen him back there.
Right.
How many years ago was that? 4?
Yeah, let's hope. Be nice to have him back.
For a couple more years.
King's going to take the snap on 2nd and 18. There's the draw play, and there's Dalen Dower. There's another loss of about 7 or 8.
See, now, what Lorain's doing, they're not blitzing their inside backers.
Right.
They're covering with them and letting those outside people put the heat on.
And Dalen has figured out a snap count or something because he's timed those last 2 up amazingly and read the play. So now it's 3rd and about a half a mile. They're on the 31. They've got to get to the Lorain 47.
See,
So
now
that's
you don't
$19,300.
want to rush the quarterback with just your 3 and cover with your 8. That's why you get so many interceptions.
3 interceptions in the first half. Dower, Jackson, and Charlton all had them. Motion, straight back, screen pass. That's Michael Smith. Loss of 1.
He's had some hard hits in this game too. Yeah.
That's Michael Smith. So now it's 4th and they're back to the 30, 4th and 23. It looks like they're going to kick. King as the defense is driving.
What I'd like to see this time is a lower kick. Let Tayshawn catch it and see what he can do with a punt.
Defense picked up 18 after the offense turned it over on downs. Good snap, kick away.
That's
end
a
over
return
end
to
floater.
Fair.
Lighty caught it, dropped it, and covered it at the 35. That stops the clock on the change of possession. 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Each team has run 4 plays, and we've almost played half the quarter. We said in the first half, running clock's about 15 plays a quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly
right.
right.
So we're on pace for about 16 or 17.
Yeah, I was trying to look up some stats for this game, and neither of the 2 papers, the Chronicle from Elyria nor the Morning Journal, had the stats correct. The Journal didn't even have stats, actually. Now, I hate to criticize anybody, but sometimes Lorain people are responsible for getting it to the paper.
Oh, yeah.
And that's important. That's why they put stats in there. Kids like to look at themselves.
Absolutely.
And there's going to be scholarships involved.
Devontae Jackson is at quarterback. He missed his first throw on the last series. He's rolling to the near side, looking for Dower. Motions him deep, pulls it down. He's going to run. He's got cross the
that's
40
a horse
to
collar.
the 45 and 15 more for the. There's one. That one came in. That one came in from Lakeview Park.
I think that was a horse collar. The first one. I don't know what the second one is.
Well, I think he was echoing because he's kicking it back to that spot. Personal foul, horse collar tackle, is going to take it from the 44 out to the 59. I guess that's not how it works, is it? Lost count, keep going. So it should take it down to the 41 of Maple Heights.
That's where he's going to stop, right there.
And you would like to bottle whatever this Titan team had tonight and take it with you for the last 2 games on the road, as they got at Bedford and at Shaw, because this has certainly been some performance. We're 4:25 to go as the Titans break the huddle, and that's in the third quarter. Mike Smith in is that power blocking spot, double tight end. Let's see if the Titans try to get Dower to the edge. Nope, straight ahead. Now he bounces it. Got the 40, makes a move, 35, stiff arms 30, out of bounds at the 25.
I thought he was sunk for at least no gain.
Well, that's the quickness in the quick feet there. That Barry Sanders used to have that jump cut ability that, and I'm not saying Dalen's jump, but right there, boom, bounce.
Another little wrinkle.
A lot of guys can change directions on one foot. It takes something special to be able to do it with 2. So 1st and 10, Lorain at the 25. Now, the north end zone hasn't been kind. Lorain has scored one time down there. And they have 5 touchdowns in the second quarter at the other end of the field. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Student body to the left. Dower, 25, 20. Slows it down, runs it out of bounds at about the 18. And why not? The clock doesn't stop.
Yeah. There's no reason to put your head down and take the beating.
So he's down inside the 20 in the Joe Bach red zone at the 19. 2nd and 4. 2:55 to go, third quarter. We've run 10 plays.
And Maple's run 4, and one of those is a punt.
Together we've run 10.
Okay. Yep.
Titans mosey up to the line, 2:40 to go, and the clock is running. The Titans aren't running right now, but the clock is. Double tight ends, Harkness at one end and Colin Thomas at the far end. Lighty gives Chavis through the hole, first down and more, and touchdown! In the house, Savon Chavis for the second time tonight.
He is the power runner, the Dower's speed and Lighty's speed.
So on the 9th play of the quarter with 2:18 to go, Savon Chavis from 25 yards. And this is one of the times where the clock stops. Titans with 48, looking for 49. That's already on the scoreboard, so Tyler Costco's got pressure on him. Oh, the clock is running. Snap is back, ball down, kick up, bombs away, it's good. Tyler Costco, 3 for 3. He's got 3. In soccer, that's a hat trick.
Yeah.
Now the clock should be stopped, and it's not. 49-0. This is a change of possession. This is one of the times.
Yeah, they stopped it finally.
At 1:36 to go. And again, we've had, on the 11th play of the quarter, the Titans scored. So we got a minute and a half left, and we've run 11 plays. So we're not going to get to the 15.
Yeah.
If you count the extra point, 12 plays. There is a lot of frustration being let out tonight with those blue jerseys, isn't there?
I never liked that running clock because you never got a chance to put in all your seconds and things. But Lorain doesn't have a lot of those to work. I mean, they just readjust the backfield with the same.
I would imagine we'll see
people.
Tracy Williams get some carries. But Tracy's played the whole way on defense.
Sure.
And I'm looking down there along the bench thinking, okay, Ethan Nichols been in on offense.
Cheers will run the ball a couple times in the next time
Darrell
they get
Noble,
possession.
77, will get in some on the line, along with Roquan Scales, 61. Those are about the only 2 guys that I haven't seen out there tonight. Along the side, picked up at the 37 by Johnson. Bows back, and he's going to run out of bounds for a -2 at the 35.
I hate to be critical, but it's never a good idea to run laterally on a kickoff because you're giving all those people that much time in their lanes to get down on you.
That's what I like about Lighty and Dower is one assertive move.
Yeah.
So the Titans, just like a kickoff out of bounds, they'll start on the 35.
You know what? All the trick plays Lorain has run, they have never ran the reverse on a kickoff yet.
Right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to come out pretty soon, but they never got any kickoffs in this game to see if they got it in.
So now I see Roquan Scales 61 over the ball. Jaden Tucker is at the near end.
Looked like Dower's getting ready to blitz, but now he comes back out here. He fakes that.
Oh, if that had been a good pass, we'd be lining up for another extra point because Tyshawn Lighty jumped up the little stop pattern intended for Deontay Hall, but I think that King saw him.
I think King saw him. Exactly why he short-armed it out there.
That might be the last play of the third quarter. We're under 20 seconds up. Maple's lining up like they're going to run one more. The secondary's still about the same. Snap back, delay. Nice move into the secondary. Caught at the 50 up high and Dower tried to steal the ball as Manning made the tackle. First down, that'll do it. We've played 3 here at the George. Lorain 49, Maple Heights nothing. Back with more after this.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily. Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State. Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
1st and 10, Maple at the 46-yard line of Lorain. Clock is running as we start the 4th quarter. Maple trails by 49. It's just get out of here alive now for King. Lofts one into the hole. That's as good a throw as he's made all night. Devontae Jackson and Tyshawn Lighty on the tackle. Will move the chains as they're inside the 35 at the 34. That was number 5, Corey Brown, at the other end.
I think the fake held the linebackers in, but
and he found a hole in the zone. Got it over Jalen Cheers that time in front of Devontae Jackson. Titans no need to play tight. There's the option look on the deep motion. Brought down behind the line. There's Dower again. Delonte Hall looked like there might have been something there, and Dalen closed. We're under 11 minutes in the ball game. The field announcer's struggling to get the game ball in 50-50, and again, the game ball donated by Mr. Tony Giardini. And Twins to each side. Maple Heights in no hurry. 10.5 to go in the ball game. 2nd and 11.
They had Jordan Jackson playing at 20 yards. He's going to pick off one of those deep ones. He'll pick off one of these deep ones.
That one was so far overthrown it couldn't get to it. The 2 closest people were Manning and Jackson. Yeah. And honestly, it was a good decision on the part of DeJuan King. Clock runs with 10:05 to go. And they just now spot the ball. It's 3rd down and 11. You know, there's a lot of parents here tonight, and I'm seeing a lot of smiles in these stands. King, handoff. Oh,
wow.
Dalen Dower. And 66, Colin Thomas, right there in the backfield. Jaden Tucker as well. Loss of about 3.
You know who's played a nice game is the 3 defensive linemen in this game.
Yes.
There's been a lot of nice tackles
and it's
out
been
there.
A lot of bodies in there, like Roquan Scales over the ball now. Jaden Tucker and Colin Thomas at the ends. That's a whole different 3 than started the ball game, and they've been just as effective. Other than that, it's pretty much the same group because we're so short-handed. 4th down and 14. Why not down 49? Snap back. King drops. King's being chased by Dower, who got grabbed. Lobbed over the middle. He's got a man, and this might score. To the corner of the end zone, Corey Brown takes it in from 38. And so it's not a total loss. Maple Heights gets on the board. 8:46 to go.
That was a hard pass to complete. He was rolling left and threw it across his body into the middle of the field.
Everything they tell you not to do, don't throw it late over the middle. Don't throw it across your body. And you see a little bit of the talent of DeJuan King. Now they'll go for 2. It's 49-6. This extra point, the clock is stopped. So don't know the rules right away. King. He's got Peyton next to him. Going to drop, going to throw an out that got blocked, picked, and the Titans are going to return. No, you can't.
You can't.
Dower with another interception. We'll give him credit for the catch, but you can't return that in high school.
I don't even think you get credit for the interception, if I'm not mistaken, on the extra point, do you?
I thought you did. So 8:46 to go, 49-6. The shutout is gone, but you know what? This has still been a stellar performance by that Titan defense. What a night. It's 49-6, so Coach Grooms has something to coach up after that 6 points. You know, I'm looking down at the sidelines, and they're just looking for bodies. Coach Mack's been down on the sideline since the middle of the second quarter. I see also down there Kelvin Torres, who played last year. He's at Ohio Dominican, must be off this weekend because he's on the sideline. That's one of the things that Coach Mack has brought to Lorain is he's got a great culture. These guys coming back to support. You know, last week we had Gabe Larsosa and Antonio Wyatt were here.
And what a tandem
Carlos
they would have been.
Chavis was around.
I seen Carlos just
tonight.
Tonight, yes.
Well, it was senior night for his brother. Sure, he'd be here. Beon Smith is playing air guitar with Colin Thomas's crutch on the bench.
Oh, it's a duet.
Yeah, they're both playing. They look.
You got a camera down on that.
There's the kick. Onside attempt covered by Latrell Charlton. Colin Thomas slid to pick it up. It went off the hoof of a Mustang, and then Latrell dove backwards and covered it at about the 44. 1st and 10 for Lorain. He's had a nice football game tonight. You know, he's made some plays.
Yeah.
He got an interception. And, you know, he's played all season at about 155 pounds in the middle of that defense. 5'10", 156, so I cheated him out of a pound.
Yeah.
They spot it where it was initially touched by Maple Heights at the 49. So they're very consistent with that rule as we had it go the other way in the first half. Devontae Jackson, quarterback. Dower and Chavis are to either side. I was kind of surprised Savon's in there with his shoulder a little bit nicked up. Harkness is out 15. And then there's the pitch to Lighty, one-on-one. He's going to win that. 50, splits a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. There's that gear, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, he's 4'6", but that's not 4'6" right there. That's just football quickness. Yeah. You know, he got that pitch. He was one-on-one with the contain man out here, and that's not fair. I mean,
with only one-on-one.
Did you think he was going to have a chance to make the tackle?
No. I knew he was going to give him a little wrinkle and go by him.
Titus is down there sword fighting with a young fan on the track. And, you know, this is the final football home game for Titus, Ryan Williams, who's been the only mascot the Titans have had and just done a tremendous job the last 3 years in character and having fun with the kids and having fun himself.
You gotta have
Jackson, Chavis, dances in the hole. That's going to go nowhere. Right about the line. We're down at 6:39 as the whistle blows there.
You have to have a special personality to be one of the mascots.
Oh, that's and he's been tremendous. You know, and one of his hopes is to go into some drama. Loss of a yard there for Savon. Make it 2nd and 11. Now Jalen Cheers is in the backfield. I hope they just somebody take Savon's helmet.
Yeah.
Because he got a little dinged last week with the shoulder that's been bothering him. Bothered him against Cleveland Heights. He was the last player in the locker room because he was trying to stretch that shoulder muscle out. This is Dower. Dower follows a blocker. Was that a flag that came in? As Dower goes inside the 30.
He ran the last 5 of those backwards.
Yes. They run that every day when they stretch, though, so
yeah.
He's going to spot him at the 30, so he picked up the loss and 4 more. It's going to be 3rd and a short 6. Devontae Jackson back in. How would you like to break down this film, all the different people Lorain have used in multiple spots? Now Dower comes out. Michael Smith is in the backfield with Jalen Cheers. 18, Tavion Black is split out along with Harkness. Give is to Cheers. Cheers first down and more. Cheers runs backwards for a while, gets down inside the 20 in the Joe Bach red zone.
Yeah.
And we've got a Mustang down, number 12, Demel Daniels. And quite honestly, at 49-6, the last thing you want is any kind of an injury on either team. He's rolling around, and the clock stopped with 4:58. And what better time, Tom?
To read out. Let me read this one here. Yours a little bit wet.
Yep.
Cleveland Clinic Sports Health. We understand athletes. Whether you've been injured or want to improve your performance, we have a team of sports medical experts just for your needs. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sporthealth.org, sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Sports Health, proud medical providers for your Lorain High School student athletes.
And that young man eventually got up and jogged off. So it'll be 1st and 10 Lorain in the Joe Bach red zone at the 17. Jackson comes back. Now Tracy Williams is in the backfield along with Jalen Cheers. Ethan Nickel is split out to the near side. Tavion Black is inside of Harkness on the far side. That's Jamarian Harkness. There's a flag traveling. It's going to be on Lorain.
Who moved one of the wide receivers?
I have no idea. That 4:20 and the clock ticking. There's our sideline camera down there. Good look at some of Club TV 20 who worked so hard to get you all of these shots. It's come so far in the years that I've been around here. She's got that pose down. That is for sure. She's got the model bent leg. Devontae Jackson waiting for the snap. Jacob Addis the whole way at center. Cheers. Finds a spot, gets through down near the 15, maybe the 16. He goes down there. He's going to get the penalty yards back. 3:40 to go. Now the varsity is going to come down and beg to get in.
Yeah.
You can see what's going to happen here as Dower and Jackson and Chaffis and Whitey all jogged down to Coach Mack.
I hope Coach Mack just shook his head no and say, hey,
no,
we're going to finish this game the way we're doing it right now.
And there's no hurry whatsoever. We're 3:10.
I assume Lorain's going to run out the clock.
Doing everything they can to not score.
Yeah.
Straight ahead give. You don't mind if Tracy Williams gets in. Tracy Williams down to the 2.
Stumbling and bumbling. Is that
took some yards after contact.
Dang, yes, he did.
We've had 3 guys gain yards backwards on this drive. He's down just inside the 3. 2:40 to go. Coach Mack is saying, I think he's out telling the official, I really don't want to score. Can you let it run out from here? So now Devontae Jackson comes moseying over. They may take a delay of game penalty here. Now he jogs back in. Harkness and Black are split to the far side. Under center, Jackson picks it up. It was snapped before he was there. Jackson rolls out. Jackson out of bounds inside the 1.
I hope somebody didn't think that was a planned play.
Jacob Addis snapped it before. Devontae was still running up, and he was expecting him to be under center because that was the short snap. That's where you snap it straight up and then let it go. So he's down. They mark him out at the 2 with 1:45 to go. And Coach Mack is shaking his head no.
what you can't do is make a farce out of the game.
Right.
You still got to play football right.
Right. I mean, you could go into victory formation here if you'd like.
Oh, that's fine. That's.
Now Devontae Jackson goes up under center. Still the wide receivers. Jackson takes a knee.
Yep.
At the 3. That's the right thing to do. The clock runs with 1:15 to go. Probably have to do that one more time. Titans are going to even their record up with a statement win tonight. 49-6, and you're kneeling on the ball at the 2 as time runs out.
Yeah, and they will. For sure. One more snap.
They've had the ball for almost 9 minutes here. After the
how many plays did Maple run this?
3.
Probably.
They scored the touchdown. On 4th down, they ran 4. Snap, kneel down. Now,
that's it.
And that'll do it. We've played 4 as the Titans walk off. A frustrated group of Mustangs. And this is the one they've been waiting for, Tom. 49-6 over 6-1 state-ranked Maple Heights.
You know, I think people assumed this is what Lorain was going to do all season long, but you just can't play this all season long with the amount of injuries they've had.
Well,
so,
you know, every break you had 5 turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
So as the teams shake hands, let's go. We've got a wrap up here. Let's go and let's take a look at those scoring plays one more time. Started out in the first quarter, back and forth on Lorain's 3rd possession. In the Wildcat, it was Tyshawn Lighty behind his buddies, Chavis and Cheers, to the house for the first one. Devontae Jackson with the rollout in the extra point, and it was 8-0 after 1. The second quarter was the stuff that dreams are made of. Tyshawn Lighty on a 10-yarder, bows back and puts a move on that young man who stayed down, and he's in the house. 2-point conversion play, Savon Chavis gets it in. 1:45 later, double pass, Jordan Jackson, Devontae Jackson to the light show, and he jogs in from 37 yards. And then up close, it's Lighty yet again from 3 this time, and it's 28-0. One more time, Devontae Jackson, who was 5 of 5 in the half, finds lights out Tyshawn Lighty for his 5th touchdown of the half. But we're not done.
Now we start
There's
kicking.
Tyler Costco with the extra point, and we're still not done because here's Savon Chavis. Savon from 22 to the house. And with 1:56 to go, Tyler Costco's kick makes it 42-0. Titans came out in the third quarter. Chavis again, this time from 25, goes straight up the gut. And again, Tyler Costco added the extra point, 49-0 after 3. And then the only highlight for Maple Heights was this 38-yard pass on 4th down from the freshman DeJuan King to number 5, Corey Brown, for the lone score. Titans actually picked off the extra point, and there was our final as Lorain drove it down to the 2-yard line before kneeling on it 3 times to end the ball game. 49 for Lorain, 6 for Maple Heights. The Titans now, with 2 games left, they go to Bedford and to Shaw, and they have to sit and hope that Maple Heights can knock off Cleveland Heights and create a 3-way tie for the league title.
Yeah, you got to hope that Maple has enough in them to rally around their own family,
right?
And kind of come back in the last game of the season.
So this is the end of our home season. So I'd like to thank Joe Bach, Terry Trout, Bob Schlenbaker, Club TV 20, all of those people who do all the work behind the scenes, as always. Also a special mention to Devin Thomas, who we don't give a shout-out to every week, but every week comes in and slides the stats in for us, and we appreciate him. And what a great night, Tom.
It has been. It has been. We said at the beginning of the game, that's what we hoped was going to happen. We didn't know it was going to happen to the score of 49-6.
Right.
But, that's the way the football bounces sometimes. So we'll just wait till the Bedford and the Shaw game to see what happens with the season.
We'll come back at you next week from Bedford. But for tonight, Lorain 49, Maple Heights 6, and it certainly is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.